I'd like to call this meeting to order. We have the prayer and the pledge by Councilman Troy Como.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this another day. We ask that you guide us and keep us in the right direction as we take care of the business of our great city. Lord, we ask that you watch over our community, bless our troops, and keep them safe as they protect our country. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas. Councilmember Brooke Marcotte. Here. Councilmember Warren White.
Here.
Councilmember Troy Como.
Here.
Councilmember David Merrill.
Here.
Councilmember Ron Davis.
Here.
Councilmember Dan Darling.
Here.
Thank you. Any comment cards? Nope. I'd ask you this time, put your phone on vibrate or silent. And Madam Clerk, 2A.
Acceptance of the minutes, regular meeting of January 20th, 2026, which were published on January 28th, 2026.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Mayor Pro Tem
Second.
Ricky Gonsalas and Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. Is there any discussion on our minutes of January 28th? Everybody good? Please vote your machines. Thank you. 3A.
Ordinance number 2026-01, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to negotiate and execute a service agreement by and between the City of New Iberia and iWork Systems Incorporated for the inclusion of the permit management module.
I need a motion to open this public hearing.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman David Merrill, and second by Councilman Ron Davis. Is there anyone from the public to discuss this item? Seeing none, I need a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas and Councilman Warren White. Thank you very much. Now I'm looking for the main motion.
Motion.
Second.
Councilman Brooke Marcotte and Councilman David Merrill. And this is iWorks, which is a system we use. And once we get the permit office on it, the permit office, Public Works, my office are all on it shared, and sewer. So it's just a computer program to help us to be more efficient in our work. So, any discussion? Everybody good? Please vote your machines. Thank you very much. All right, resolutions, 4A.
Resolution number 2614, a resolution approving certificate of substantial completion for the American Rescue Plan Act Community Centers Restroom Upgrades Project and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith.
David's here. Let's get a motion, get that out the way. I need a motion.
So moved.
Councilman Dan Doyle and
Second.
Councilman Ron Davis. You got the second. David?
All right, good evening. So tonight we have 3 substantial completions we'll look at under
Good
my
stuff.
scope.
Good stuff.
The first one is an ARPA project. This is the restroom renovation to the 2 rec centers and Bank Avenue Park Concession Building. So use your thinking caps. Remember what this looked like before. This is the after.
Oh, my God. It looked totally different before.
Yes.
Yes,
Doing got money.
it's money well spent.
Yes.
Much needed. We stripped down the paint all the way to the block. We completely took up all the tile that was on the floors, all the restroom fixtures, partitions, accessories, you name it, lights, everything. The paint is a high performance Tanemic product. It's what they use on industrial applications. The tiling is a porcelain tile. It's stronger than ceramic. We have plastic partitions that are easily cleanable, wipeable. They're black, so in case they're graffiti, I mean, you gotta use a special pen for that, so it's gonna help. It turned out really nice, just nice choices, nice selection, just really fresh. Now, you also remember the change order we did. The sewer lines have been completely lined with a PVC pipe. So I was able to watch that process. We got footage of all the pipes after they've been lined. We had 2 Mardi Gras balls so far and no issues with the sewer lines that were reported. So I definitely recommend y'all go check those bathrooms out.
Good
And
job.
Saturday night, we were very impressed.
Yeah, good.
Good things coming.
Yeah,
Good.
I mean, the Western Park is, I go out there all the time, it's real nice.
Yeah, we had our ball.
Pleasing to the eyes.
Yes,
And everything was great.
that's great. It's great to hear.
Any questions, comments?
Low maintenance and it should go for a while.
That's it.
Money well spent.
Absolutely.
Well, the previous last association, the buildings were built in the sixties, so.
Yeah. So this was a
kinda run.
long time coming for that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
long
right.
time
Over the
coming.
years, they've been, little improvements here and there to them, but over time, those things are just kind of little Band-Aids that need to be addressed completely.
Oh, yeah, did a great job.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
In regards to the lining of the pipe, okay, and of course, the clay pipe and other pipes may have interference through tree roots. Is that something you think?
I think most of the clay piping that we encountered was at Sear Gates. There was one run of clay piping that was more or less in the middle of the gym basketball court. So tree roots hitting that are going to be kind of harder to encounter. It is quite far under the building. But during the scoping process, they didn't notice any roots or any intrusion. So, but the PVC piping, that shouldn't interfere with. It shouldn't get through the PVC piping.
I was just wondering if there was intrusions in the clay pipe prior to lining it.
So just to clarify, the clay piping doesn't get lined. Only the cast iron piping got lined
Oh, okay.
because the clay piping doesn't build up scale.
Right.
The cast iron will. So they don't line the clay piping, but like I said, they scoped them and they didn't notice any issues in the conditions of the clay pipes because they want to make sure that all the piping was accurate and usable so that they didn't line a new system, but then there's still some issue down the road or down the line. So they did scope all that.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Well done.
Everybody good? Social machines? Thank you. Now we move on to the next project. 4B.
Resolution number 2615, a resolution approving certificate of substantial completion for the City Park splash pad upgrades project and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith.
I need a motion.
So moved.
We have Pro
Second.
Tem
Second.
Gonsalas and a second, Councilman David Merrill. David?
Okay, so this one was a short project that we did earlier in the year, started it actually in around September of last year. So the contractor was able to finish this up. The splash pad originally was a rectangular shape. We added on to the sort of the left side, sort of an eyebrow area about 12 feet deep, full width of the splash pad. And we were able to add two new above ground features. They're the two blue ones that are kind of curvy. And then the red one with the loop, we added that element as well. And then if you notice, there's a yellow stick that comes up kind of on the top side, very short. That's an activator. The contractor was able to provide that into the project. What that will do is there's a control module inside the rec center's office. And the control, just like at the West End, there's a similar setup. There's an activator and a control module. And what that allows is for there to be a duration for the splash pad to run for. So it runs on a 15-minute timer. Previously, the splash pad was running for 6 hours straight, continuously. So this will significantly reduce the water usage on this splash pad.
Especially if it's not in use.
Right,
Exactly.
right. We're gonna pay for the
Exactly.
improvements with the savings.
Exactly. Yes. So the splash pad originally had a painted coating on it, and the contractor went in and refurbished it's like a textured coating, and redid all the coloring on it. So the fence came down, Public Works did all that work, makes it more open and inviting, and usable.
Yep.
So,
Good job.
ready for the summer.
Yep. Questions, comments? Everybody good?
It's awesome. So I noticed that the, it's connected with the skate park and there's no fence between, it's all open, right?
Yes.
So there's probably about a 10-foot gap of just flat dirt, and then you have the pool's original edge, and then there's probably another like 15 feet or so of more, which will be grass. All that will be grass. So you're almost 30 feet away from the skate
Yeah,
park.
Yeah, it looks closer than it is, but you got a nice buffer.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
noticed
buffer.
all that grass on the skate park, it's like at an angle.
Yes, that's all been hydroseeded. It'll take, but yeah,
Yeah.
that whole little embankment.
And so these things, if some children wants to come play on this and the timer's off, just say, do they identify the people at the park, hey, we want to play in this?
So the way it's programmed is there will be a certain day in the year and that it would be activated to be usable, and then there'll be a certain day at the end of the, season, I guess, that activator would no longer be usable. So in that time frame, it's all programmed that I think it's 7 days a week.
It
For
will
a
be.
certain duration of the time during the day, it'll be able to be used.
So you're saying 15 minutes, that's between when it turns off and back on?
Right, if there's no activity, if like kids leave and.
So
and-
whenever the kids get there, then it'll come on
It'll kick on.
automatically?
Yeah.
And if the kids don't get there for 3 hours, it does not come on?
Right, the kid has to activate
Okay,
the
that's
splash.
what I was wondering.
It's a
Yeah,
monitor.
So they have
it's
to
a
press the
monitor.
button and then it'll go off.
Okay.
If it's
Yeah.
during allowed splash pad time,
Right,
day
right.
of the week, whatever, it's all programmed. And then you're right, if that kid leaves in 10 minutes, then it doesn't just keep running for hours.
And that's gonna save us a lot on our bill.
That'll save you a lot on the
And I'm
water.
trying to get them where they're open more
Right.
and more. And not swimming pools, there was times that they were keeping them closed a couple of days.
Right.
During the summer, or I'm like, I want them open all the time. So this gives us, and I want to do the same thing, keep them both on the same schedule, where they're open more and more. Why not?
It's got
Yes, sir.
kind of like a timer on a hot tub, and when you go to a hotel or a resort, whatever, you turn the timer on, and it runs for a certain amount of time, and it goes off.
Yep.
So where does the water go after, does it
So-
just go off the side?
No, the entire splash pad slopes to
To the
two,
middle?
inward
To the middle
two
side.
catch basins. Yeah, we want to drain that.
Yeah.
So the water from the drains goes into a large manhole that was part of the pool's operation.
Yeah.
And the skate park also drains
into
into
that.
that same one, and it goes into a 14-inch drain line that goes out to the bayou.
Okay, thank you.
David, cold
sir.
water maintenance, do the city, we have to drain pipes or it's all
Yeah,
maintenance free?
there's a draining process. They also have, I think there's special covers that they replace the nozzles with, and they put these like blanks on them, just so that no gunk or anything kind of gets in them over the time, for 6 months or 8 months.
I'm
out
saying
of
for
the
a
year.
hard freeze, do we have to notify them to drain them or whatever?
Yeah, they should be aware. They have some shut-off valves that they have down the line from the water feed, because this also feeds somewhat into the rec center, that they want to do some corrective work to address that too, that the Parks Department's looking into. But yeah, they have some shut-offs. They can shut it off, power it, and it'll take the pressure out of the lines.
All right.
Everybody good? Please vote your machines. All right, another project down. Madam Clerk, 4C.
Resolution number 2616, a resolution approving certificate of substantial completion for the Little Brooklyn Park project, FP&C number 50 ML1 12204, and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith.
I need a motion.
Second.
Councilman Dan Dahl and Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. David?
Okay, so this is facility plan and control project for the Little Brooklyn Plaza on Henry Street and Rosier. This was the former location of that two-story
Grocery store.
Grocery store, one time.
grocery store building. So it's been demolished,
Newspaper.
and this park has been built in its place. We had a heavy collaboration with the neighborhood association on this design.
Real heavy.
So they were involved with, every aspect from the beginning of the design, a lot of the colors and text and things like that. We definitely collaborated hard with them on that. So this is the finished product. This is a very resilient park. There's no wood in it. Everything is steel or block or concrete.
So
So
Portlet's not staying, huh?
Portlet is not staying.
But did we end up adding a water fountain or no?
We added hose bibs.
Hose bib.
Yeah, for cleaning, and if they ever decide to do some, shrubbery, landscaping, trees, things like that, they can connect to one of the hose bibs for a timer system. If they wanted to do irrigation, there's sleeves that connect all the planters together that they can run irrigation under. So it's an infrastructure set up for them. for
At
that.
one time, I thought, and we talked about, and I'm not sure, I can't see, if we end up putting some lights,
So there's going to be 2 lights under the pavilion. I think they're on back order, but that was on the punch list. And then there's 1 light. Laney, can you flip a few more pics?
What are you gonna stay?
Oh, go back one. You see kinda, behind the benches, before you get to the
Uh-huh.
grassy area, there's that concrete pedestal,
Yeah.
little short pedestal. There's gonna be a lantern right there.
So the,
360 lantern, so it's gonna give light all around that
those
whole
are,
area.
dusk and dawn, or they gonna come on?
It's gonna be like a street light, dusk to dawn.
It will be.
That is nice.
Cause the Clico could've gave us a free one on that pole right here.
They probably could've, yeah.
Is there any water fountains?
No.
No, just a hose bibs, two hose bibs.
Electricity.
And there's power on the canopy post. I think there's 2 outlets, and then I think there's an outlet by the meter as well.
That they can use?
Yeah, and there's outlets on the back, like on the stage.
Okay,
There's 3 outlets back there.
all right,
So if you set up a small band,
right, right.
you have some power.
Yeah, that is neat.
Yep. So what you're not seeing, you're seeing all the built environment. What you don't see yet is the murals and the landscaping and all the things that really give this park. It's going to give it a lot of character and dress it up. So that's something the neighborhood associations
So
kind
they
of been
wouldn't-
looking
yeah.
into, and it's a palette for them to work off of.
Okay.
So the only thing on the punch list is the light poles?
We had a few minor things to address, but mainly it's cleanup and the light poles. That's the major item, yeah. Not the portalet, moving that away. And we also worked in conjunction with Bayrard and Habits because they're doing all the resurfacing on that street, like at the same time. So there was definitely some coordination we had to do, but it worked out at the end.
So they're happy with the fence, the neighbor?
Yeah, I think all that's
They have a wood fence
A
right
nice
there.
fence
a nice
now.
fence now.
Yeah, and they have a wood fence on their
Right.
property, so, yeah, I mean, they don't really see this fence that much.
So the park is not actually fenced in, though. Is that temporary?
That was just
Yeah, that's
construction.
just a construction fence,
Okay.
the chain link on the side, on the
I couldn't
road.
remember. I passed by on the way to the skate park, and I saw it was really nice. I didn't notice that the fence was there. I
No,
thought it
that's
wasn't.
just, we have some, the blue bollards, and then we have these concrete, sort of like, low walls.
Yeah,
And those are gonna be sort of the barrier, so vehicles can't like drive into the park.
okay.
And there are also, little seating areas and things like that, so,
It came out really nice.
It
looks
did.
nice. It looks nice, right?
Looks good.
Very nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a nice addition for the neighborhood. We
like
wanted to make sure that the pavilion was something that was sort of reflective of the neighborhood. So we looked at a simple, gable roof with some louvering and add some color. So it kind of mimics a lot of the house roof lines.
Mhm. And I like the little stage.
Yeah, yeah, that was
I
something
knew
that
you liked
the
that
Yeah, I like cause I'm gonna
organization
perform.
wanted.
Yep, go for it.
Any other
Kids-
questions or
kids
comments?
can have
Well, it seems like
Yes, sir.
the park is more of a family get-together versus a park where kids play and, you know, what I'm talking about no play equipment. It's mostly for get-togethers and
Parties
things.
or something.
Right, like a plaza area. And I, for one, I understand that the community, the neighborhood, bus drop-off and
Yeah,
pickup is very
that's right.
difficult, so this will help to kind of give a central location for any of that need.
It's not
Yeah.
much maintenance.
No, I mean, there's a little bit of grass to cut, and depending on the landscaping, how that takes, and native landscaping is gonna be really good.
Barbecue pit out there now.
Everybody good?
Good job.
Please
job,
vote your
I love
machines.
It's good.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you, David. 4D.
Resolution number 2617, a resolution approving certificate of substantial completion for the Pepperplex Access Road project and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith.
I need a motion.
Move.
Second.
Councilman Troy Como and Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. This is our Pepperplex Road access that we've been waiting on for a while. It has a few little punch list items, but it, for the most part, is ready for substantial completion. The opening date of it will be, we need to look at a gate at the end. We are working on that. That's in our project with the Pepperplex that we just started. So it might be a little while before it's utilized, but it's getting there, and this is a big step. So, questions, comments?
Mayor, didn't you say that this road will only be open when there's something going on at Pepperplex?
Yeah, yeah.
Correct?
What's gonna happen is we're gonna control the access through gates. And it's not gonna be open unless the Pepperplex is open, just like they open the front entry gates to go in. They'll have to open that gate as well. So it's gonna be, active when we have tournaments, active when, Little League's playing or soccer, or we have a travel ball. Other than that, it's not gonna be traffic all the time. In other words, when the park's not open, it'll be locked, and then if we have nothing going on and it's just a maintenance day or whatever, it probably will be kept locked.
But if you have someone, because someone asked me about it, when you have two teams playing on one team, it probably would not be open.
Right, right.
okay.
I think we should reserve that. That's what we talked about for, you know, the bigger tournaments, the weekends, those kind of things.
Thank you.
Because there won't be the traffic flow to need it. You'll just go,
Yeah.
back up as we do now. Any other questions or comments? Everybody good? Please vote your machines. Thank you very much. 4E.
Resolution number 2618, a resolution authorizing the mayor to negotiate and execute a service agreement by and between the City of New Iberia and Atchafalaya Trapping LLC for animal control services in the City of New Iberia, contingent upon execution of new agreement with Iberia Parish Government.
Okay, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas, who had this? It was David? Councilman David Merrill. We have a Chapel Trace Trapping here. Chuck and Ronsonet. This is the beginning of our new contract and new way of doing business with the animal control. So we had a meeting, you'll see things later. Jeff and I were straight from the meeting almost to here. We negotiated and kind of went through the animal control contract, which that'll be coming to you later. This is a $65,000 contract. Atchafalaya Trapping furnishes the person, the truck, the fuel, and the insurance. So we will start with a one-year contract. We'll have a two-year contract with the shelter itself, but this will be a one-year contract, and this is how we plan on fulfilling our obligation to get the dogs and cats off of our streets and delivered to animal control. So I'll open it up for questions, comments. Yes, sir.
So Mayor, this could be a 8 hours a day contract, and then when it's after that?
After hours as well. In other words, we know we have certain times that we can check dogs in at the shelter. We had asked to do them 24 hours. We weren't given that. So we can bring them all during the week, and the hours they're open on Saturday and the hours they're open on Sunday. But we're gonna have to go. We don't have a lot of night calls, but there could be some after hours, and he'll be responsible, to handle those as well. But it's every day.
So he would keep the dogs until the next
We
morning?
don't have a place to keep the dogs. That is the one thing, we did ask for that. We asked for access so, he could get in and put the animals at the shelter anytime. That's one of the things that didn't work out. So unless it's a major emergency, we might have to wait till the next day. I mean, we don't have a place to put them. And it's not as easy as saying, we'll just build a kennel. If you build a kennel like you would at your house, when it's below 50 degrees, it's
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be heated. When it's above 80, 75, or 80 degrees, it's supposed to be cooled. There's a bunch of requirements that we can't meet.
It costs a lot of money too.
So that's why, they're set hours. But it is a job that it is every day, and it is on call as well. The PD will take the calls, and so dispatch will be able to log all the calls, get them to him. That way, we have a record on our end of, activity. We can check on the productivity or the success, or I didn't get the dog, or whatever. But that way, we have a record of what we're doing. It helps us to keep a record of what we're sending to the shelter as well, and I'll cover a bunch of that when we get to the
Yeah.
shelter.
Good, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, you said this for maybe a 1 year, but a 2-year term.
Yeah, well, the shelter is 2 years. This is 1 year, but I mean, we can renew it.
Right. So more or less, it's a temporary deal.
I don't know. We'll see how it works. I
No,
mean,
for
I'm not saying, we're not building a shelter, so we're not gonna have that. If it works well, it won't be temporary. I will be coming back to you after a year. I mean, if it works like we think it's gonna work, why would I not want to continue it? Having an employee, the liability is spread out because he has insurance. He's got the maintenance on the truck. He's got all the fuel. He's got the personnel. He's got the responsibility. This could well be a better way to do it.
Yeah. I was just concerned that I know we have an agreement and we can pull out of the agreement within a 30-day notice, I think it is, on either end.
Yeah, and all of our agreements are like that. We can pull out the dog shelter in
So-
90 days. I don't know where we go, but
I guess where I'm going, Mayor, is that for the long term, are we making any preparations for a long term to be able to deal with this, that we don't get caught like we did before with the parish?
no, not at this time. I would like to, but I mean, we have so much going on, I can't afford to build a shelter. I don't think that we can afford to build a shelter right now. So I think that, I'm not saying in the future, that might not change, but, you know, over the next 2 years, I don't see that we are gonna stock away enough money to build a shelter, staff a shelter. You know, the amount of overhead to handle the entire shelter is a huge amount of money. It's not only building it, it's handling the whole thing. So while we're in the middle of, and thanks to y'all, we're in the middle of spending $30 million on roads. We hope to spend more on roads. We're spending 6 or 7 million on drainage. We've got 6 or 7 million of sewer. We've got a lot of infrastructure projects that I feel like our emphasis needs to go to handle, you know, how would they say, to chew what we already bit. So I don't think immediately that's gonna be an answer. And look, this contract might work. I mean, we have negotiated this contract and communicated on this one better than the other two. You know, we didn't stop the other two contracts, the parish did. So it had some level of success. I'm kind of optimistic after the meeting today that this, you know, might well be a good solution. And if it's not, we'll regroup. But for now, I don't think we have any other choice.
On the emergency response services, you said when necessary, and so that would be a 24-hour type
Yeah,
deal.
if we need something, he will be able to be contacted
That
through
a,
dispatch. And
I know it goes to the police department first.
Yes.
But now, that's our first initial line of response, but do they have a response time? Will they have a response time?
Yeah, well, I'll be able to monitor that. That's why I wanted going through dispatch, because I want to document the call time. I'll be able to document when he goes. He'll have to report back, and his employee will report back, you know, I'm at the scene, or I just picked the dog up. So we'll be able to monitor that, and I think we should monitor that.
I'm good.
That's it. I don't know if he's finished.
Yeah.
You done? Well, I know, like you were thinking. I mean,
No, I was
said he's
looking through
good.
my notes as
He
I was
rest.
looking through it.
He
Now,
rest, yeah, he rest.
I went to try to do a research on Chapel Isle, and I didn't see much, no more than trapping, more or less. So I don't know if there's any other experience that they've had dealing with dog catching, and I don't know if they're gonna be dealing with the cats or stuff either.
be the dogs and the cat, when you can catch a cat. It'll be
yeah.
the dogs and the cat.
And
But I mean, I can call, come on up, Chuck.
And
I'll
whatever
let you
other
address it.
wild animal might have.
I mean, if he can catch alligators and nutria rats and beavers, I think he can handle dogs.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Sorry for my appearance, I came from work.
That's not a problem.
I've been trapping for 10 years for myself. I trap everything but alligators and bears.
Okay.
Okay?
Cats and dogs are no different than coyotes and bobcats. I trap otter, beaver is my main gig. I trap all of St. Landry Parish, all of St. Martin Parish. I help my buddy in Iberia Parish that has a contract here. And I also trap for Broussard. I document everything. Everything is documented.
I had a question on that too.
Yes, sir.
Councilman
What
Rao?
he was talking about, I overlooked it, did homework on it as well. Mostly I saw was like alligators and all that. I didn't see that you really showed anything in the information that's on the website of y'all doing anything dealing with cats or dogs or anything.
No.
It was
what
just
I meant
basin
was-
stuff and all of that tough
Yes,
stuff
sir.
like that.
What I meant by that was cats and dogs are no different
Right.
than coyotes and bobcats.
Right.
We can catch them. We can catch
Okay.
anything we need to catch.
But you understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I'm
Yes,
saying,
sir, I do.
just going through the information that was on the website,
Right.
it didn't show anything dealing with experience dealing with that, and that's why I had questions on it. Just like if it was you,
Sure.
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hiring you to do
No,
something
you know,
that's
I'm
on there.
experiencing wild animals.
Right.
And
That's what I
so-
saw a lot of.
Right now, we're just diversifying and coming into the city and see if we can help this
Okay.
this problem y'all have. And I don't have no doubt we can do it.
I got another question too. As far as the scope of services, will y'all be handling veterinarian services also? Or in that 5416
No,
that we
sir,
paying?
That has nothing to do
Okay,
with.
that was gonna be my next
That's
question.
coming in the shelter.
All right, okay, because that's what I want
if-
to add,
if we
because it's
have
in
a-
the scope of services.
If
No,
we end up
yeah.
having a issue with an animal, and they say, hey, bring him to this
Right.
veterinarian, yeah, we'll respond and do whatever we have to do.
That was just my question, because it's in the scope of services, and I just want to make sure. Because I know we paying that 5416 monthly, and in the scope of services, they have everything else that's gonna be controlled by you guys, and I just want to see if the other finances part was gonna,
Oh,
so
it's
you let
covered.
me know
I'll
that.
show you later.
All right, good.
And it's not cheap, sir.
All right, got you. All right.
I'm gonna let everybody go
Thank you,
around
sir.
and then come
Appreciate
back.
it.
Appreciate it.
You had Janet?
Yeah, so I think he did some work for me for catching beavers on my farm. I know, and he does a really good job. And I really think that his experience, what he's doing and what he's doing now is going to be diversified, and it's going to do a great job. And with the task that we're asking him, I mean, it's no different than us making a police officer go catch a dog. I mean, he's not experienced either, you know. So it's really an order of what he's doing, and I think the job will be done. My question is to Jeff. The protocol is going to be, we got to call 911, the non-emergency number, request for a dog to be picked up at a certain address, and they call our employee, our trapper, to pick up the dog, correct?
Yes, dispatch will, and you might be
So,
calling the 911
Once,
number too
once,
sometimes.
and related to that, once that call's made, can he enter the private property to go get the animal?
That's a good question.
Or does he have to wait? And, you know, I'm just asking, just because somebody asked, you know, can, if a dog's called and he goes out and get it, can you?
I
can
mean,
he-
when we had a dog catcher before, they went and
That's
got
what
him.
I think so, yeah, yeah.
I don't know, was a dog catcher or an officer?
At one time, the city had dog
Had
catchers.
dog catches at one
Catcher,
time.
yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
had a
Officer.
policeman. Now, he'll be working through the police. He's not a
Right.
policeman, but he'll be working, his contract is through the police department.
I don't know, we might have to look at the code.
Just to make sure, because I know that,
Yeah.
we'll be, you know, we're gonna be calling my private residence to go pick up a cat and a dog, want to make sure.
Good
we're,
question.
you know,
I mean, we're running it through the police department no matter what. So if an officer, if I have to tie an officer up.
He traps beavers on
I
private
run into
property.
that, even though I'm out in the woods most of the time.
Yeah.
You might be called to a certain particular
Mm-hmm.
property, and you have to go in through another property, so, hey, you mind if I? No, not at all, as long as you let them know what
that's
you're
As long
doing.
as you get,
As
yes,
long as you're not
yes,
sneaking
exactly.
around.
That'd be good.
And
As
that's
long
the
as
best,
you
and
let
that's
them
the,
know
that's the best
exactly what's
practice.
going
Yeah,
on.
and I'm good, I'm a people person, you know. so
Right,
that's
right.
great.
And
You answered my question.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at
You
it.
have
Try to
anything else?
cover, just try to cover our bases.
I do
That
a
would
lot for
take
St.
care of what
Landry
Jeff
because
was
they
looking
don't
into.
particularly want parish workers on their property. Why? I don't know. But a lot of times I gotta go and say, hey, look, let us go in there. Let's do our job, I promise. We're gonna clean up, we're gonna make things right, we'll get this settled. Y'all made the call, right? So I run into a lot of that kind of stuff. People are calling, next thing you know, it's a bunch of trouble. I don't want you on my property, and
Right.
it's next door, it's not you, and so there's ways to get around that stuff.
Okay. I think, congratulations, I think you're gonna do a great job for us.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I called about some dogs running north on Lewis Street, and it was like 5:15 when I realized it, and the response was, well, they don't come out after 5 o'clock.
Right.
So whatever response we get will be even or better than what we're getting now.
For sure.
All right. Thank you.
I got some experience with that.
Yeah, yeah, I know you do. You got the scars to show.
Yeah.
I'm working my way around.
Well, I'm good, they answer everything, so.
Okay, yes,
I
ma'am.
think this is a good idea, very creative. A creative way of having a dog catcher is hiring you. And I think it's smart too to just do a year because we need to see if it works out for everybody.
Yeah, it's
you
got to
know?
work out for him too. It's got to work out
Yes,
for us.
exactly.
and our
Both
citizens, but it's
parties.
got to
I
work
work
out for him
with
too.
St. Landry, and they'll
Right.
give me a contract by the year. If everybody's satisfied, the board members are
Awesome.
satisfied.
And I'm no worse for wear if it doesn't work. Right now, I don't have anybody in mind, okay, except for you and your company. So if it doesn't work, I'm back on the hunt, but I'm be on the hunt right now.
Okay.
So I think if it works, we'll both know, you know,
Yeah.
where we are, and we have time to adjust if something's not working. We have a year contract. If we communicate and we have to tweak it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, hey, I'm easy too, man, you know.
I know.
That's good.
That's
Thank
Okay,
you.
now I'm gonna go back around for round two, I guess, because, you know, hang on.
question, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm just gonna come back around again.
Yeah. Go ahead, I can.
I was just gonna say, what Brooke was talking about is really what I had a lot of questioning about. Because of the fact that you know, what you do, it didn't say too much about dealing with that. So what she said is correct. You know, once we find out and see what's the deal, then I'll know that this is good for us to continue if we decide to do that.
Right.
So
And-
that's
and
what, that was.
I'll
what
tell you, like I
wanted to
tell the
do.
other
So-
board members in St. Landry.
Yes, sir.
Anybody is welcome to come and see what I do and see
Right,
how it's
right.
done. You know, it's all humane.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
you're working with animals, but you gotta be humane. You got people watching you.
Right,
The public
right,
is
right.
out there. When you think they're not, they are watching.
I'm just
So-
asking those questions too, because I'm pretty sure the public knowing and seeing this too, and if they looking into the website and everything,
Yep.
those are him questions that come back to me as
No,
well.
I
so
understand. You
That's
don't
why
want
I'm
somebody
asking.
that's not gonna be qualified to go out there and do that.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Councilman Dahl.
Well, maybe one word that we might change is he's a dog and cat catcher, not trapper. That's two different things. I mean, you can trap,
Sometimes you could be setting traps out.
Yeah.
You know,
You have
box
to- you have to
traps.
set cage traps
Yeah.
sometimes. you know.
yeah.
And we
But-
can get those the parish has 15, I know you have some too, but the parish, they give them out to citizens. And if we need some or needed more, you know, we can check them out too. That's in the next contract.
Take care of the animal, put food in it.
So he's gonna be, you know how we have other calls with other animals in the city?
Yeah,
He could address those also.
can't bring them to the shelter. No, I mean, like, we had a big conversation about that. Dogs and cats only at the shelter. Now, that, you are right. What a unique opportunity,
question.
because we have people
Yeah.
calling about raccoons and
right.
possums,
Yeah.
you know,
How many
occasionally.
raccoons for St. Martinville?
So we might
Put 'em
end
out
up,
there.
you're right,
Time to time.
we,
You
he,
know, I know I caught 3 raccoons for somebody, and, you know, we moved them, brought them in the
yeah,
country.
Yep.
But he could address some of those problems.
yes, he
It's a
could.
problem.
He could, that's a
They're
good,
out there, 'cause
no,
I've
they,
seen them on
Yeah.
my property.
we got them all over,
Come in.
everywhere.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. All right, Councilman Davis, you back?
Yes, sir.
I don't need him, I didn't need nothing.
Yes, I'm back. But
Thank you,
anyway,
sir.
Back from his rest.
but just looking at, like you said, trapping and what have you, that's more in a wildlife area. We're in a residential area, domestic animals as such, and you know, you have people that are looking at these dogs in a certain way. So I'm asking more about your method of
As
dealing with the
humane as
dog.
possible.
Sir?
You have to be as humane as possible.
Yes, sir.
And I'll give you a good, this was years ago. I was at Food and Fun eating a sandwich. Saw the dog catcher come up. And of course, you gotta use the pole, the dog pole. Well, he grabbed the dog pole and he grabbed his dog by the ass and just threw him in the truck.
I love him already.
That bothered me. It wasn't none of my business, but I went over there and I said, hey, man, what if I grabbed you like that and threw it in the truck? How would you feel? He said, man, it's just a dog. I said, no, it's not just a dog. I said, it might be someone's dog. It might not be just a dog that's homeless. It might be somebody's dog. So you gotta treat every dog you catch like you would treat your own dog, and that's a real story.
Yeah.
That really happened. So no, I'm in it for compassion, man. We're the guy that's gonna work with me is a very nice guy.
Okay.
He has dogs. He loves them, you know. So we're gonna do what we have to do and do it the right way.
I have one more question.
Praying it works.
Sir?
We're praying that it works.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It will. It will. You gotta have faith.
Yes, sir.
I do. I got a lot
I
of-
believe, yes.
I
yes,
got a
sir.
lot.
One more question. How many people that you have that's working with you?
Just one guy.
Just one guy?
Yeah.
So you think they'll be able to handle all of these
Absolutely.
situations that come up?
Absolutely. And I'll be monitoring.
All right,
You
because
know-
we've had a lot of issues.
You know, I
from
work St. Martin. I work
the whole
Iberia.
areas.
So I'm all over the place. I'm
Okay.
gonna monitor him.
You ain't
I'm
gonna get no
help
sleep
him.
then.
I don't sleep much anyway, my brother.
All right, man. All right.
I
Thank you,
work.
man.
That's what I
Understand.
do. All I do is work.
All right, anybody else? Everybody good?
Looking forward to it.
Then they ask you to please vote your machines. All right. Thank you, man. We'll,
Yeah. Good luck.
I'll call
Give me a
you.
call.
I
Thanks,
will.
I appreciate
Thank
y'all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming.
All right. Madam Clerk, 5A.
Introduction of ordinance number 2026-02, an ordinance declaring certain New Iberia Police Department vehicles as surplus and further authorizing the sale of same to other law enforcement agencies at a cost not less than $5,000 in accordance with state law and setting for public hearing on March 3rd, 2026.
I need a motion.
Second.
Councilman Troy Como, Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. We set the price lower this time and said not less than 5 because in the past, the market changes and we had gone too high. One time we had to bring one group of cars back twice because, you know, so we just figured we would say not less than. Of course, we're gonna try to get more than that. Some of them are worth more, some of them probably aren't. Anyway, I just want to explain that. Is there any questions or comments?
I'm good. Thank you for moving on that.
Everybody good?
I had a lot of questions.
Please vote your machines. Well, we had new cars on the lot, and equipment was back ordered, and then we got the equipment, and then we took the equipment off of some of the older units. It took a little while. And then our original units from 2018, we're starting to have radiator and engine problems. So we've probably had 3 of them that they just disintegrated. So those were back there. And what was happening, and we had a few new cars, a few cars to sell, and some broken cars. So the combination of that, you know, people were talking, oh, they bought too many cars. Oh, they don't have any police officers. That wasn't true, but, you know, you would see the perception of all those cars lined up, and you can't really tell the old ones from the new ones. So glad we'll move those along. Our new ones are on the road. We have a few to sell. We kept a few that are at the school because we do
Right.
a lot of training back there. And if you go behind the school, you'll see some cars.
I see 'em back
We're training. We're actually fortunate to be bringing in other agencies to train as well. But anyway, that's kind of the car story. So we'll move them off as quick as we can.
Mayor, we might
Well, we need-
Sir.
find a place at Public Works to put the ones that, they won't be right in everyone's face. I had the same response as Mr. Trumbull.
Oh, yeah, no, and I
Why you
got
got
it.
so many cars back
Yeah.
there? said, you know,
I got it
you know.
as well.
Just park them around
Oh, how's
town.
Yeah,
I
park
wanted
it,
to
more
watch
presents.
dummy in it.
Yeah.
6 or 7 of my new cars. I wanted to know where I could watch them.
You won't be missing no catalytic
Yeah,
converters. huh?
yeah.
That's right, because they're stealing them.
You got it. Anything further? Everybody voted?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. 5B.
Introduction of special ordinance number 2025-2026, 04, and ordinance amending the budget for animal control services contract and setting for public hearing on February 18th, 2026.
This is lining our money up for what we're doing. I need a motion.
So moved.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas, Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. Any questions or comments? Everybody good? Please vote your machines. Thank you. 5C.
Introduction of ordinance number 2026-03, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to negotiate and execute an agreement by and between the city of New Iberia and Iberia Parish Government for animal control services in the city of New Iberia and setting for public hearing on February 18th, 2026.
All right, I need a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Councilman David Merrill, Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas. As we said a few minutes ago, Jeff and I went to a meeting at 3:30. It probably ended at about 4:45. And then Jeff ran in and produced the changes in this document that we brought to you. Jeff, you want to hit the highlights?
Yes, please.
I think that
Yeah,
would be.
it's not really animal control services in the city, but, it's entering into an agreement for operation of the small animal shelter. So the parish is gonna provide the city with kennels, and the city's gonna pay for the kennels. The city's gonna be responsible for the medical care of the animals. The parish is gonna be responsible for food and water and things like that.
Okay, cool.
The parish would not take on responsibility for medical care. We're basically in charge of what animals are brought there, and then what animals leave there and how they leave, whether it's euthanasia or adoption or rescues or anything like that. So the city's in charge of the animals going in and the animals coming out. The parish runs the shelter. We're not gonna be running the shelter. They're gonna do the sanitation and things like that. We're gonna pay for each cage that is reserved for us, whether they're occupied or not, and we have 25 dog cages and 10 cat cages. Cat cages can take more than one cat if it's a kitten or something, but otherwise it's one animal per cage. And we could, in the future, have more, but at this time, they only have a total of 57, so they were saying they could only give us 25. We're gonna pay $23 per day for each kennel. We started out at $19, and then they started adding food, and we backed up and said, okay, $23 per day per kennel. So they're gonna clean and sanitize, they're gonna feed, they can administer vaccinations at our cost, they can provide rabies quarantine if that's necessary. They're gonna take animals from 7 to 3, Monday through Saturday, and 7 to 10 on the weekends. We don't have access after hours. That was one of the things that we wanted.
Yep.
But we couldn't get. They will take private surrenders if we have space. We're gonna coordinate adoption and euthanasia and things like that. and they'll take care of incineration, stuff like that. They'll provide us with dog traps, give us operational reports. So basically, they provide the shelters, the kennels, we pay for the kennels. So our guy will bring animals there, and then we'll work with the parish on how the animals exit the shelter. So we're gonna pay monthly. It's a 2-year agreement. There's a cancellation provision. If somebody breaches the contract and they don't cure the default within so many days, then it can be canceled. But it's a 2-year agreement. So, we have the luxury of thinking long-term if we want to. But, part of the exercise that we tried to do today was to give us some breathing room, so that we could make some plans if we wanted to do something else and see how this goes on. It automatically renews year to year unless somebody gives I think it's a 90-day notice. So it's not everything that we wanted, but it's a plan, and we need something, right now. And I think this hopefully will work in the near future. But I think it's a pretty clear distinction between what they do and what we do. And basically, they provide the kennels and we pay for them.
All right, I'll open it up for questions, comments.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
what's the
I can
thing
see how
about
we go on around again.
the vaccinations? It said it's $30 per dog, $15 per cat.
Yes, and we have
So-
to pay that. When an animal enters the shelter, they vaccinate it, regardless of if it's gonna stay, or how long it's gonna stay, or it's not gonna stay.
Even though it's vaccinated already.
I
don't know that.
You're not gonna
Maybe
know
if there's
that.
proof, I don't know, but I think for the most part, we have to plan on we're paying for every animal to be vaccinated.
So you're talking about $23 plus the $30.
Yeah.
If there's an animal in the,
23 per day.
Per day,
23 per day,
but
and then a
per,
Only
one-time.
go vaccinated once.
one-time vaccination.
but per, right when they got in there, they
Oh,
get
yes, sir.
vaccinated.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, the funding we getting for the shelter is from where? Our city budget, and from where else? Don't we, anywhere else?
So, I mean, it's coming, in the police department is where it's gonna fall under.
No, I understand, but no other.
We don't have any, we don't
Yeah.
collect any money. That's one of the reasons it's so challenging to say I'm gonna do something different. We don't have any kind of tax or any kind of money coming in for animal control.
How does the parish fund it?
The parish uses a lot of money from the health unit.
Correct.
So they take a lot of money from the health unit to fund this. And I noticed they up that, they're building a new shelter, that was a capital outlay grant. So, they had the luxury of having an existing facility, like we don't even have that, ours got torn down years ago. But they have an existing facility. I do know, what else do they do besides the rabies? I guess the rest of it's just out of their general fund.
So, we have no funding from that department that the city gets
No, sir.
from the health?
No,
unit?
we pay taxes, we actually pay into the health unit as a city.
Yeah, but we get nothing in return.
Well, they take some of a percentage, I don't know what it is, but they take a percentage of the money that we pay to the health unit to go to the dog catcher, and then to turn around and we pay
charge us.
more. Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
why
don't
we-
understand.
That's why we wasn't paying that much.
I don't understand that
like that, too.
the city of New Iberia is totally part of the parish.
Yes, sir, 100%.
So it
And the
seems
other
like, and look,
municipalities don't enter into these contracts.
Yeah.
I'm not picking on anybody, but we're the only municipality, we are the largest municipality, and I saw it myself, we have half the dogs at the shelter. So we do provide half of their,
but we do pay
inhabitants.
parish tax.
but we do pay parish tax. Yes, sir.
That just drives me crazy.
Well,
That we are part of this parish and we're being treated like just an outside vendor. That just blows my mind. I understand the cost.
yeah,
But, I understand the money that's being built to here is by our tax dollars.
yes, sir.
And then they get money through the health unit we pay towards.
Yes,
But none of that counts.
yeah, well,
I mean, I just don't see how,
I understand, and
how
I
the
have-
public is not,
I
I
have-
mean, this, we supposed to be working, everybody wants to work together, want to do everything for the citizens. Seems like on this situation, it's just not happening that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we don't want them to cost them more, but there's some dollars they getting that we're paying, but we're not getting credit for. I mean, when you push somebody in a corner, then you have to make a decision, and we making a decision. But to me, that's the taxpayers are not getting what they're paying for. And then, but we taking all the responsibility. I just don't get it. And maybe look, I gotta support it, but I just believe we're getting handed something that could be worked out better. But we at their mercy, but to me, it's not fair. And it's been bothering me since this day when we started with this. It's like, you got a deadline for this. Why do they have a deadline? Why we can't just work together? And, I know that shelter they're building. I got the plans on my desk. It's a lot of money. But some of that's our money from the state. I mean, I just don't get why I had to get to this, but it is.
Well,
And I'm glad y'all made it 2 years
Yeah.
versus the other
Yeah.
times they wanted. To me, I think we're getting handed something, but if that's what they think they need to do, they need to do it. But I think people need to understand we are paying a lot of money for something for the citizens. We don't benefit, the citizens benefit. But I think we're getting backed into the corner. I just feel that way. I appreciate everything that y'all did to get to this, but it's like the date's getting closer and closer. Now we're getting to accept less than we agreed with because we have no other option. And,
Well, it's been a journey. This is our third contract, as you know. The contract was exited twice, not by us. So this is our third contract and our third attempt. So I have to say, in my time as mayor, the dog catch has been, a journey,
yeah,
to say the least.
That's just, and look, I want to thank you for getting the guy over here to be the dog catcher because, he feels like, I feel like he feels for these things. It's not just a job.
Oh, no, he's passionate.
He is.
I think he's our guy. When I met
thank
him.
God for that, because how much it was going to cost us prior to this? You said $200,000
Yeah.
to get a dog catcher, this and then, and
just made
then
it.
luckily I
Well, just
found
like
this.
if you built a shelter, I mean, fair
yeah.
is fair. I know how expensive it is. You're going to
But-
spend
Could be more than that.
$2 million on a shelter, and then you're going to spend $600,000 a year running it.
Like, you go, I talked to someone from Lafayette.
Yeah.
You just don't have to. You have one.
Oh, I don't disagree at
I
all.
just- it
But I
just-
think for right now, this is.
I understand,
this
but
is
it
where
just,
we
I
are.
had to get it, it was bothering me.
Well, and I appreciate
Because
it.
I was with some people this weekend, they couldn't believe
Yeah.
what was happening. But what it is, it is.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You want me to just go around?
Yes, go around.
Yes, sir.
I definitely have the sentiments that Mr. Dahl have in regards to the cost that we're having to take on. It's going to be huge, and I see it escalating probably more and more. I'd like to try to some way keep tabulations on the amount of money we're spending.
Oh, well,
because
that's not
it
gonna be a
seems
problem. I mean,
Well,
we're paying every month. We're paying into, what we're paying this contract, what we're paying into the parish, and then we'll have it won't be difficult to keep track of
Well,
it.
what I'm saying as a report back to the council,
Sure.
so we can gauge this, because I'm along by it as well. I don't have the answers, but maybe we can look at finding some funding to get this, well, we're gonna always have the responsibility of it.
Yeah.
But how we deal with it, maybe finding some other avenues. I don't know if it's a capital outlay or whichever to take on a project to build our own, so that we don't get trapped like this again. So hopefully we can find something.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree on some of that, what you were saying, but then you gotta look at too, I was looking at the contract the way it was before. That money, the extra money they get is from that health center. That's because they have a shelter. And then because of the fact that when we was dealing with them before, that extra money we was paying, that was extra money going to them because of the fact that they had that shelter. So one thing too, what Ron was saying, if we was to happen to get our own shelter in the near future, we'd be able to pick up that extra money too, like they picking up also. But, well, I'm just saying that healthcare money that they're getting is because they have a shelter.
No, it's a
Huh?
separate tab. No, sir, nothing to do with it. Actually, the healthcare, we used to do nursing, used to provide medical services
Okay.
for our disadvantaged citizens. So, no, that tax has nothing really to do with the rabies part of it. There is a part of that money that you can take, I think, for rabies control.
Okay.
Calling that under health. They're taking, a lot of that money, goes toward, but I don't think it's the same thing. That tax would be there whether they had a dog shelter, we did, or whatever. It's a
Okay.
parish-wide tax, so it's a little different.
So it's a little different,
And they should
okay.
pay it in the city.
And we pay in the city.
So in the city, we wouldn't be able to get that. It would just be
Yeah, it's a parish tax.
It's a
We
parish
wouldn't
tax.
get it. No, when I got here.
other funding that would be able to help us for in the city if we had a shelter to
We
do
don't
that?
have anything in place. I'm not.
But I'm saying if we had it in place, that's what I'm
We had
saying.
something in place, but we don't. Look, when I got
But
here.
that's what I'm
in
saying, going back to what he was
2000
saying too.
When I got here in 2017, we paid $21,000 a year.
Right.
And that was more like, we're part of the parish, we pay other taxes,
Yeah.
we're in this together.
Right.
You know, it's just, you know, things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got here, for the first 2 or 3 years, we paid $21,000 a year. Now, I'll be the first to admit it was too cheap. I mean, now that I understand
Right.
cost and all of that, but it was a great deal for us.
Mm-hmm.
But
What is
there
it now,
was
man? What you estimate this?
over 300,000.
Shit.
Or more than that?
Yeah. Bobby, what do you think the total is? I mean, I can,
You counting the
I got
little-
it.
The little trapper guy too.
well, I am. No, he's
47,
part of it. So 65,000.
Yeah, the trapper guy.
I like the way you say that. 65,000.
It's 65.
Right around 300 for the,
So look,
for what we're paying for the parish is around
I figured
300.
it out, one more thing.
Yeah, it's $365,000.
So look,
That's not counting the vaccination.
he's finished?
That's not counting vaccination.
Right. In other words, right now, it's 65 for the trapper, 300 for the parish, and then I have to add in, okay? Because some of this we didn't know till today.
Yeah.
I have to add in, you know, in the original deal we had, the parish would pay the first $50 for medical. Now it went away and they said,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
paying anything for medical.
Right.
So I have to add the medical and I have to add the vaccinations. So, yeah, you're gonna
That's
be,
$500,000.
no, it's not quite $500,000, but
Be close.
it's, I bet it's,
You can say $55 a head.
I wrote it down if David's in. So I figured,
keep it broken apart.
yeah, I did. So David, you finished? I just want to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I did the math, and I'm gonna take the high end rule with this, right? So it's 293,000 for 35 kennels.
I said 300.
25 kennels at 23 plus 65,000. That's a
Okay.
total of 358,000 a year.
Yep.
Subtract 171, which our current contract is. That's an actual cost, increased cost of 187,000 to us without the vaccinations.
Without the
Without the vaccinations. So now, take that number and build your own kennel, employ your own people, pay for your own supplies,
You still
and see
can't.
if it'll be more than 187,000. It'll be a lot
Well, it's
more
a lot
than
more.
187,000.
Well, it's a lot.
It's
You
gonna
can't
be a
get
lot
that.
You
more.
can't get that. So
Yeah.
I'm willing to take the increased costs with a contract and not burden my citizens with a new shelter because I think as government, we need to provide a service. And that service is costing us a little bit, but at this time, this is the right direction for me as a elected official to provide that service. in my community.
Now,
Yeah, I understand that. All the numbers that you
You
have
know,
is correct for right now.
Overhead would run you $500,000 a
No,
year.
no.
You divide $500,000 a year by 12, that's $41,000, $42,000.
Right.
So that's $42,000, not counting, we got land, we could find a place to build it, okay? Not counting the note on $2 million.
Hey, interest on $1 million is $4,100 a month.
Yeah, so,
4%.
well, I was gonna say, our note on the $2 million to build it would be like $9,000, $10,000 a month.
You say
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
say
mercy.
10, okay? So that's another 120.
120,000.
So, you know, when you're looking at it, you're gonna be paying 600 plus vehicles, plus insurance, plus the food,
Yeah.
plus all of that we're not paying. So when you total it up, you'd have to have $750,000 a year.
No, I'm not, I'm saying,
Easy.
I don't want a shelter. I just think.
Oh, I
the parish
understand.
and the city
yeah.
I'm
could
just
work
putting it
out
in
a deal,
context.
Cause it's for all the citizens, and we paying taxes.
I get
As a parish.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with
Well said.
what we're doing either. I'm just saying, like what
talking
Ron was
about-
saying, we're just talking about if it would to be some kind of way we would have money that would come to us in the near future, if we could do something like that.
I think all of us see that we're not in control of our destiny when it comes to this.
Right.
And we are, as a group, and have been and will continue to be, we're a city, we're proud we're a city, and we like to do our own thing. So all of us are kind of pushed in a corner saying, well, wait a minute, you know, this is not in our control.
Right.
So part of the discussion is because it ain't in our control, but we can't always figure out a quick way
no.
to reverse course.
But we don't know what
In
the
this
parish
case,
should do later either.
This is the most economical way
for now.
for now, to provide for our citizens.
So let somebody else get in the seat.
No.
Okay, so I'm working my way around. David, you finished? Thank you, sir. Do you have anything? Troy?
Yeah, I'll just say that
Browns.
at the end of the day, the public is suffering because we're not working together. And it's disappointing to see it's reoccurring. It's a reoccurring event. I'm glad we're able to get closer on the terms. And one final note, some folks would argue that the health unit funds are not supposed to be used for a shelter. This, because if I'm understanding, the best of my memory is that it's rabies control,
Yeah,
not a shelter control
but it's being
or
used.
shelter tax.
Yeah. Yeah, because the old people used to call that the rabies tax.
Right.
I remember that. So,
Right. So,
thank you.
thank you for doing what you did.
Well,
Mr. Simon, thank you.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
All I have to say, I'm glad Mr. Dahl broke it down and let the people know exactly, like, we at their mercy. It's nothing we can do but pay the price.
People are suffering.
Pay for it.
So
ma'am.
as far as vaccines go, I don't know if you even have this answer. We have to vaccinate them as soon as they enter the shelter?
Yes, I asked that question today because I'm not being morbid. I love dogs. If a dog came in that I knew was going to be euthanized, it was
That's where I was going with
a
this.
dangerous dog. It bit somebody. They said nope, every dog gets vaccinated for it. They're worried about controlling diseases, that kind of thing. So we can't get out of it because I was looking. I mean, at every turn, as expensive as this is, that's with everything. I'm always trying. You can ask Jeff. The whole time in there, I was trying to figure out a way to. Well, wait a minute. You have to charge me for this. Can you not charge me for that? I mean, none of it worked.
Can you put a dog in a cat cage?
Oh yeah. I was trying, the cat kennels were cheaper, so I said, well, can I put a small dog in a cat cage? I mean, I was trying.
Chihuahua or
That
something?
was the ask question.
So I didn't get anywhere with that. But anyway, so I asked the same question because I was like, well, why do I have to do this?
Right. If you
Right.
know that you're going to be spending money on vaccines, and then you're going to have to turn around and possibly euthanize them,
I
which
know.
is another expense.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I was curious about. So basically, we are getting less services and increased costs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're less than we asked for sure. We had asked for 40 or 45 kennels.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm a softie, but I was trying to give the dogs more time to be adopted or to be rescued. So my attitude was, I realize what we're up against. Those kennels have to be emptied one way or another so that more animals can be picked up because they're on the streets, we're getting complaints, they're in people's yards, they bite people. I mean, we have to take care of this issue.
Right.
And it hasn't been as good as it should be. So my idea was to ask for 45 kennels, and I thought maybe I'd get 40. And then we didn't have to act as quickly, and I could save more dogs' lives. That's exactly what I was thinking. Well, with 25 kennels, that speeds up the process.
Correct.
I tried for more again today, but now I understand they only have 57. So it's almost an even split.
Yeah, it is.
With the new shelter, they'll have 30 more kennels, I think.
I forgot the number.
Yeah, I think it's like 30 more. So the group did agree that, we could go back for a few more kennels when that was operational. That's probably a year away. So maybe in the second year, we might be able, and what we're gonna find out, this whole thing is something new and we approaching it a little bit novel. So we'll see how, Chucky does. We'll see how the shelter works, and there's gonna be a lot of communication at first that we have to figure out. I've never run a shelter, and neither has anybody who's gonna help me on the city end. So we'll have to just figure it out as we go, and we're gonna have to be patient with them, and they're gonna have to be patient with us, because we really don't have an alternative. This is one of those instances where, we are compromising because we have to, and at least for right now, there is not another option. That doesn't mean one day there won't be, and there might be some more creative ways to look at the whole problem, as a whole. But for right now, that's where we are.
Mayor.
Yes,
So
sir.
the first night of a visit with a dog would cost $53.
Yes, sir.
I might be able to get a Motel 6.
motel.
cheap.
I mean, might be able to.
Free breakfast.
So, Mayor,
Hey,
Yes, sir.
on a side note, how is our voucher program going? Are we getting some issued?
Yeah, we getting people, taking advantage of
Because
it.
I know it's connected to the, you know, the.
Yeah.
the
Well, I might not have the $20,000 to do it again like I was hoping because I was thinking of that while we were negotiating all of this, and I was like, this is getting so expensive. It might be hard for me to go back to the council and say, but I do feel, I really do, that spay and neuter is one of the long-term answers. for this.
Absolutely.
If you had spay and neuter every year in the city, and the parish did the same thing, and everybody else did, you know, that to me that's how you cut down the population. Because this is not cutting down the population.
control.
They're still breeding, they're just, you know.
Birth
But
control.
it is going well. It is going well.
Yeah, that's true.
So Mayor,
Sir.
just a projection number that we deal with as we were throwing it across. Let's say if it was about 5K, 500K on our budget right now. Do you, Ms. Barbette, have a foresight on the impact it would have on our budget?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten up a few things. I mean,
I'm
there's
sure.
no two ways about it, okay? Some of that impacts the police department. It is running through the PD. The good news is that, at least for now, we need a few more cars, but we have everything. In other words, we have been building the police department since we started it. You know, the Bearcat didn't come immediately, and it didn't come fast. You know, the SWAT equipment's already been upgraded once because the vests run out and those kind of things. All that SWAT equipment, you know, we got. All of the, you know, the giant fleet of cars, all the bulletproof vests, we think about it, we started with nothing. So guns aren't going bad, you know, they're still gonna be good in a few years. Much of the stuff, all the technology we invested in, which is paying dividends, there's subscriptions now that we have to keep up because so much is computer and so much is, you know, high tech. But on the flip side, all of that's built, but we see new gizmos and new things that come out and things that would make the officers do a better job or be even more efficient or the latest technology. There's going to be some times that we are not going to be able to do that. We are going to have to we maintain what we have. So the PD will have to cut back on some new technologies, you know. I'm never going to cut back on the crime camera system because that thing is paying dividends. I'm asking the state for more money this year in capital outlay. We'll see if we can get it. But I do feel that a little money's coming out of the general fund because the PD can't take the whole burden. So yeah, it's an impact, you know. We have to tighten our belt a little bit due to this. It's less than if we jumped off the cliff and built a whole new shelter. But yeah, we are gonna have to tighten our belt some, yes, sir. And we see it. I mean, we worked through the budget today with, the chief, the assistant chief. We went in today and with Babette and hammered out the budget and figured out where we had to make some cuts and what was gonna have to happen to pull this off.
I was just
Yeah.
curious where it was gonna come from.
Oh, yes, sir.
But I see where you're going.
Yeah. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
We met this afternoon, we're supposed to meet at 3:30, so we went over there and we took the agreement out and we're writing all over it and we're making changes. So this draft that I have here was something that I typed and printed and copied between 4:30 and
4:45 and
getting
now.
over here. So, it has not been approved by the parish yet. I think we're there, but my little memo that I have on the cover says that the final agreement's gonna be substantially similar, but the mayor may have to make a few changes in wording. But it's gonna be basically the same thing, like we usually.
What is the difference? What's the
Well,
wording
like we
thing?
usually do. I mean, I don't know what little tweaks they're gonna have, you know.
Yeah, once the
move
parish,
this word.
you know, they might have a little bit of language they change or whatever, but I mean,
I mean, I think we worked from a pretty good draft that
we did.
Ian and I had worked on, and we made the changes, but, you know, this was done quickly.
Well, the
So,
changes are still basically be the same.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
basically gonna be the same agreement.
You know what?
Okay, now, if they come back with it too drastically different,
Then we're gonna have to come back.
We're gonna
here.
have to come back to y'all, that's what I
And
always
we,
do.
and we want to come back.
Yeah,
here.
of course.
Yeah.
But
and-
if the meat and potatoes of it stays the same and the dollar values stay close
Good.
and the wording doesn't affect who's doing what or that I'm still getting the services I'm paying for,
Right.
then, you know, we're fine and
Okay.
I'll run with it.
And the comment Mr. Doyle made, I mean, every dog that's in the city is in the parish.
Yeah, they're all parish dogs.
You know. But that's an issue that goes across a lot of different services,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
And we have representation on the parish council, and, you know, maybe it's appropriate to talk to them about that. But yeah, we got that issue everywhere.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Maybe they'll sleep on it tonight and feel bad and give us a discount.
Maybe
Okay.
make them really feel guilty.
Yeah,
They never feel bad.
Call us in the morning.
no comment.
Any further discussion? Everybody good? Please vote your machines. Thank you, I like that. That's funny. 5D.
Introduction of special ordinance number 2025-2026-05, an ordinance amending the budget to reflect carryovers from fiscal year 2024-2025 and setting for public hearing on February 18th, 2026.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Representative Ricky Gonsalas, Councilman Warren White. This is a budget adjustment. Questions, comments?
We don't have any numbers.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
On this one. Okay.
Yeah, we good. That's not it? Yeah, let's see. Oh, where's the other one?
Sure. The yellow. The yellow. Babette wants to come explain?
B,
D.
Freddie had B.
Okay, it'll be yellow.
Yeah. Here it is. Thank you. I was looking at it. Anybody got any questions, comments?
None.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Then I'd ask you to please vote your machines. Thank you very much. And now we're on to Councilman's remarks. I'll start with Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte.
Okay, so I saw recently, OTC Sports is coming to the Pepperplex, or attempting to.
Yes?
So they need teams to sign up. If you're a travel ball coach, sign your kids up. It is free for right now. The tournament is March 28th and 29th, and there's another one they're planning for April 18th and 19th, and that's for ages 7 through 14. We definitely want to promote these kinds of tournaments because those people come from all over the place. They'll come and they'll eat in the restaurants, they'll stay in the
agreed.
hotels, so we all benefit from that. Our business owners benefit from it, tax dollars come in.
Certainly.
We definitely want to see them come and make them come back for more.
That's
So-
what we hoping.
If y'all know anybody that has teams, I'm already reaching out to people that we know and trying to get everyone to sign up. Definitely tell them about it. Also, Evangeline Little League is still doing registration until March 1st, so make sure you sign the kids up for rec ball as well. That's softball and baseball.
And those numbers are up.
Yes,
I
they're
mean-
more than double.
We are more than double. So we doubled the year that we turfed the fields last year. And then this year, we're doubling again. So what we're doing is catching on.
It's a big deal.
It
They're
is a
doing
big
great,
deal.
yes.
It is a big deal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I'm good.
Okay.
This skate park,
yeah.
ribbon cutting was great. The
Yeah.
response,
It's
the
fun.
attendance, the satisfaction in those folks' eyes, they were super excited. Job well done.
Even though it's cold.
Yeah, it was a little
Was
cold.
cold.
It was a little cold. The wind was pretty sharp, but it didn't stop them.
No, it didn't stop
They
'em.
were rolling.
They were
So,
lined up.
Glad to see that, and you can
Yep.
see the, Mr. Dawes said you can see the splash pad right next to it. Looking forward to seeing all that activity in the summer. So
Same.
we have a lot of good things going on, and glad to be part of it.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
Just a lot of good rapport we talk about the restrooms at the Civic Center and the crowd, and no power problems. Everything worked perfect, and I think that the money that we invested in the Civic Center is paying huge dividends. Hopefully, later down the road, we can do better, but right now, everybody was really excited about what they saw and how the entertainment went and how the facility had the amount of people they had. So kudos to the efforts on that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the job that y'all did in City Park and Weston Park with the restrooms and all. Those are things that been needed to be done. And I'm also looking at trying to do another neighborhood watch meeting in March because we have a lot going on with Mardi Gras and everything. I'm also asking everybody that goes out to the parades to be safe out there. There's been a lot of things going on in small areas like Clinton, Louisiana. They had shootings over there at the Mardi Gras parade, and it's a small community. So just be safe and careful when you go out there. And I'm also looking for us to look at 2026 with new stuff coming in, some new restaurants, which we definitely need here,
Working on
to be coming in and that's what I want to see what happens, because there's a lot of people been working, they're talking about it. We got these new homes coming across the bar, so hopefully we can get some good restaurants coming, and maybe a center like the elevation thing they built in Broussard, because we definitely need that here for our kids. Hoping that something like that Winn-Dixie store that's closed or something big that can bring something like that here so our kids can be here and not have to travel to Lafayette to go have a good time for those things. Thank you.
Sir.
Well, winter is definitely here. It's been some cold temperatures. And of course, the groundhog did see a shadow on yesterday. So they say there's more cold coming. I want to commend both the city and the parish for what they did do to have the women's shelters available for the people that was in need. And I would encourage the people under those temperatures to kind of stay warm and everything, because hypothermia is very real. So I didn't hear a whole lot of sirens with police and fire. So that's a good thing, you know. So just buckle up and be safe.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, Mayor, I'm sorry I missed the ribbon cutting. I was out of state for the skate park. That's really an asset. And going back to the remodeling of the center, and I want to commend the city workers being so easy to work with when we do have those monograph balls or any kind of function there. They're there at any time of the night, whatever you need, and it's so easy to be able to work with people. And I had a couple meetings, and we talked to some people from Lafayette at the meeting I was at, and they talking about New Iberia, about the things that's happening, and they were all applauding New Iberia. I was surprised to hear people that you don't think they know what's going on, but they really do. And that's one thing about being positive. Sometimes you can't always be positive, it's hard. But they are saying good things about New Iberia and about the subdivisions coming up, and even the Pepperplex. I was really amazed at people that are talking about New Iberia and how our growth is doing good. And that shows working together how things can happen. And that's why I didn't want this dog thing to get out of control. But something so important to all the community, I'm glad we came up with a solution for it. But it is good things happening, and people even saying it. You know, it's easy to say bad things. It's hard to say good things. But people are saying good things, and I appreciate the guidance of the mayor and all these council members and the workers. The city workers, dude, they number one. I'm gonna tell you.
And we nothing without them.
Yeah, they who make all of us look good.
I'm gonna agree with that one.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Good. I just have a couple things. I'm going to thank the parish for this afternoon because we had a good negotiation. We discussed these issues to the nth degree, but it was nice that we could come to some conclusion. And, you know, whether we totally agree with it or not, it's all good. But at this point, it's all we can do. But I will commend them for coming to the table. And there was a couple of councilmen there as well. And we, you know, it was a good meeting. We are getting to where we can do some things together. Some things we'll never agree on. But it was nice to see the effort was put forth. And I need to thank Jeff because he's got so many things going right now. Y'all just don't know the amount of city stuff that's happening. And I appreciate treading water. Tonight, I'm also, look, it's all about attitude and gratitude tonight. When you go down the list, okay, when you look just tonight, the community center, the splash pad, the new at the park, Little Brooklyn Park, the road to the Pepperplex. I mean, those things took a year to do, you know, and we couldn't do any of these if not doing them together. So the teamwork, when people say there's nothing to do in the city, there's a list of, you know, and then the skate park open, put the skate park in there too. So we're building parks, we're building splash pads, we're building skate parks, we're making improvements, you know. It doesn't happen overnight. But none of this would happen if not for the teamwork that we have here. And I think we are an example to other communities and other small governments of how to work along, how to get along. We're on a budget. We're not the richest community by far. But we think creatively. Y'all give me a lot of leeway to do a lot of things creatively. And that doesn't happen in a lot of places. I mean, I'll put something out there and I'll get calls, what you trying to do? You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of what we do. But I appreciate the latitude because we're gonna make good things happen, and I think the proof's in the pudding that, you know, we got a long way to go. We're not perfect, but I thank you for that. Other than that, I'm gonna call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.